పోలీస్ సదస్సులో తెలంగాణ ఐటీ శాఖ మంత్రి KTR మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఏమంటున్నారో లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
Contributed with all city assets and citizenry details. We have this in abundance now. We have the entire city of Hyderabad mapped geospatially, and we have the huge repository of data that is available with us after the survey that we had completed. And now we are working on several initiatives to provide better citizen services, some of which I'll talk about. One, it'll probably be the first, the Digital Hyderabad initiative probably will be the first urban geo-information system in our country. It provides an intelligent 360-degree environment of the entire city, where, as I mentioned, everything is geospatially mapped. It's a configurable geo-web platform which is actually going to help the city administration do its job better. Now, what are the various challenges in city administration, especially urban governance applications? The first thing that comes to mind, for better revenue administration, because as we all know, for a city, I think single biggest source of revenue is from the revenue administration, from the property taxes, etc. So now the big challenge a city like Hyderabad faces, any metropolitan city in fact would face, is ensuring that urban planning happens in a structured, regulated manner. And our technology, the technology that we are looking at, we're pursuing right now, helps us ensure that we garner more revenue from the properties that are coming out in the city, and also at the same time brings in more transparency and efficiency as a package. Now also, it helps us include urban poor. It also helps us manage our disaster and also emergency management operations better. It also helps in the city engaging as Mr. Gupta had mentioned, smart cities and technologies, and the big ideas today are about social inclusion, especially including citizens in governance in a participatory style of functioning. So better citizen engagement is another thing that we're looking at. To get to it quickly, revenue administration, as you all know, property taxation is one of the biggest sources of revenue, and in any Indian city, in fact across the world as well, I would imagine that would be a big source of revenue. If we have properly geo-referenced properties across the length and breadth of a city, we can ensure that there is no fraud, we can ensure that there is no deviation from the original plans conceived. And the second thing it also helps us do, obviously, is it gives the citizens an opportunity for self-assessment as well. Now, if you talk about how we can use this to include the urban poor, we can certainly use technology to ensure that not a single person from the lowest economic strata is missed out on, especially in terms of offering citizen services. The third thing I wanted to also point out too is it helps us plan better when there is an emergency or when there is a calamity happening. If we use technology effectively, we can definitely manage our catastrophes or calamities in a much better fashion. And the obvious other thing, citizen civic engagement. The new technologies that are available now definitely help us plan better, definitely help the governments get feedback in a much faster, much swifter fashion, helps us understand the requirements of the citizens better, and most definitely it helps us also in getting our act together, especially with the interoperability issue that we have as a challenge. The other thing it also obviously does, we can use the laser technology and we can create an environment where we have a 360-degree panoramic imagery of the city, and it can help us understand in planning civic amenities in a much, much better fashion as we grow as a city. Because Hyderabad as a city, as you all know, is a growing city, is an emerging city. It definitely is likely to double in size in the next 20 years to come. So therefore, the city needs a structured, regulated planning, and the technologies are available to us to ensure that we get just that. Finally, as we all know, the different advantages. What does big data and big technologies help us do? It helps us plan better, it makes us more transparent, it improves the revenue potential for government bodies, especially the city administration. It empowers the citizens to participate with the government. It also provides a wonderful platform with a lot of e-commerce companies coming in. It provides a wonderful platform for the SMEs. It also actually provides a wonderful opportunity to actually keep in sync, keep updating yourself with the database to update itself every year and ensure that we provide better and better services to the people. In a nutshell, if you think about it, it helps you with land management, it helps you with property tax management, it helps you with social inclusion, it helps you reach out to the lowest in the economic strata. it also helps you plan better in terms of revenues. So ultimately, as a new state, as the youngest state in the country, we are looking forward to sharing more and more, collecting more and gathering more and more inputs from the various administrators out here, especially model cities such as Barcelona, etc., and trying to make our city better, trying to ensure that Hyderabad actually becomes a global, cosmopolitan, international city. Thank you very much once again. Thanks for this opportunity.